and welcome. I'm Megan. I'm a photographer and watercolor artist with chronic health challenges, POTS, and wrist strength issues. I want to encourage you and for you to see what is possible. There are two main types of migraines I have tips for: light sensitive and sound sensitive. Before we start, just know that the brightness of a phone, a TV, or a computer screen can trigger or make a headache worse. Here's some settings that you can change on your phone or your computer or iPad to make it easier to look at. If you're on a TV, dig around in the settings to turn down the brightness a bit and warm up the screen to make it easier on your head. These settings apply to all of my devices, all of the time, so I don't trigger a headache. Go to the Settings app on your iPhone, iPad, or Mac. If you're on Android, it's called Night Mode. Search in the Settings app for Night Shift and turn it on and up to about the letter M. Then go back and repeat the same process and search for Reduce White Point and turn it down to 60 to 70%. Also turn on the True Tone. That's really helped too. Dark mode may also help once the white point is reduced so there's not high contrast. I've also found it helps to turn off auto brightness so I can control how bright my device gets myself. I haven't found reduce white point on the Mac, but you can do night shift depending on the age of your device and how upgraded it is. If you're on a Windows or a Chromebook, you can download Flux to do the same thing as night shift on your computer. I'll put a link in the description for you. On an Android phone, go to Settings, then Display, and turn on Night Mode. Now, I'm not going to cover the medicines that you can take. I do know the sooner you take action on a headache, the better off that you will be. Catching it earlier helps. I'm not a doctor, and you should follow your doctor's advice about this. Consider getting a neurologist if you have frequent migraines. This is just my experience and what helps me. Sound sensitivity. In addition to good sound-blocking headphones, I like to do something to distract from my head hurting. It depends on how bad it is. If it comes in between meals, I'll just sit and do nothing and think while I wait for the next meal. Then I can have medicine for migraines that has to be had with food. This time I was thinking through what helps with sound-sensitive migraines, so I can write it down for this. It helps to start with stopping triggers, get away from loud sounds or any sounds, and light. Maybe find a dark room or put on sunglasses. Then calculate your solutions to a migraine, like which medicine am I going to take? Have I had food or water recently? What caused this? How do I avoid it next time? Is it storming out or was my sleep schedule way off? After you have stabilized the situation, look for things to do. You can paint sitting in bed with travel paint supplies, which is something I did my first week of painting with a migraine. The main difference between a migraine and a headache is a headache makes your head hurt, and a migraine makes you non-functional, and usually comes with light or sound sensitivity causing nausea, or maybe visual disturbances. You can also turn on the night shift and reduce the white point of your device and half-watch something that doesn't need audio to explain it, or use closed captions. I think most movies have closed captions, so you could watch something with barely no volume and still see what's being said, though it's probably too hard to read closed captions with a migraine. Maybe watch a movie you know really well, or a YouTube video really quietly, or someone painting something. Or you could read a book, but again, I don't end up reading with a migraine like I think I'm going to. I use the Soundcore Liberty Neo wireless headphones and have found the bass on them isn't bad. That's probably a flaw to some people, but to me, who gets headaches from too much bass, it's a good thing. They've got good battery life and audio quality. My videos often sound better through them than out loud on the iPad speaker. It also helps that they're not completely noise-canceling earbuds, so I can still hear a little bit of what's going on around me. It's the equivalent of sleep mask versus sunglasses. Light sensitivity. Sunglasses. You can again reduce the white point and turn up the night shift on your device, and then watch a movie with audio descriptions. Netflix and Amazon have some movies that have audio descriptions for people who can't see and want to watch movies. There's a specific section you can look through movies with audio descriptions. It's just like what it sounds like. They'll describe to you what's going on without you having to look at the screen. In this case, it helps to have a list of movies or TV shows ready in advance. You can make a list of YouTube videos that you don't have to watch to know what's going on. Podcasts also fit into this category, though I find they don't hold my attention very well when I'm feeling bad. You can also listen to audiobooks. I will put some links in the description. LibriVox is good for that. You can listen to LibriVox for free. If you bought a book on Kindle, you can sometimes get a discount on the audio version since you've already bought the book version. You can also listen to music. Just go into the settings of your music app and turn down the bass under the equalizer first. If it's not there, you might find it under your device's main settings, depending on your device. You can get a free trial of the YouTube Music or Spotify or something if you don't want to listen to the loud ads. YouTube Premium with ad-free videos has YouTube Music. And again, you could also do something like painting, even if you end up in a dark room. Just a little light will do. It's always interesting to see your artwork in the daylight after that. It's like, oh, that was green, not blue. Huh. You could also draw with a Sharpie on watercolor paper to paint in later, since Sharpie is dark enough to see. You could also do value studies, using just one color and then trying to get different light and dark versions of it. That's a great way to learn water control. A couple of other things I also find helpful. I've also found that sometimes going for a walk can help, as can getting a shower. Though I wouldn't go get a shower when I'm really sound sensitive. Caffeine helps some people and not others, so it's worth considering. It also helps to eat meals consistently and not to vary your sleep schedule by more than 2 hours. And being hydrated helps, so something like Oars from Ultima would help rehydrate you. I'll put a link in the description to the things that I have talked about if you want to go check that out. I use Migraine Buddy on my phone to track migraines and headaches. And you can use Medisave to track when you have medicines. It also helps to make notes of things so you can learn and begin to avoid getting a headache or a migraine as much as you can. I know it's not completely avoidable. Sometimes you have to be around something that triggers a migraine, and sometimes they come on without warning, seemingly for no reason. I do know, to a certain extent, headaches and migraines just come with having POTS and fluctuating blood pressure. Drinking water and staying hydrated helps with that, and having Oars helps you to stay hydrated. I hope this helps. Thank you so much for watching. I would really appreciate if you would hit the like button on this one so it can help people. It's hard for me to talk about health, but I want to help people. Let me know if there's something you do that helps avoiding migraines or dealing with them once you have them. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.